Hello, I'm Frank, Corrado Alley, G60ing on the Vortex and other places. I'm here to show you how to install Phoenix Engineering's European headlight gasket seal. So I'm going to show you how to take apart your headlights, how to install it, and how to put it back together. It's not very difficult. So we're going to start. You'll have this out of the car. You remove it out of the car. I typically pull the grill out first and then remove the top two screws and then go in with a long Phillips screwdriver to hit this hidden bolt here and then unplug it. The plug's in there to help make certain it doesn't fall out while I'm messing around. And then you get it out on the workbench. You'll have it like this. I'm actually getting ready to change out the lenses to a set of VR6 lenses. This is a pair of G60 lenses which sit a little too flush on a VR6 car, and you can identify the differences in the bezels by, this is a VR6 bezel, and if you'll notice the profile here, it stands out a little bit here, whereas this one doesn't have the raised area. So this is a G60 bezel and lens, and this is a VR6 one. So to remove the bezel, you need to go ahead and remove the tabs from the clips. And if you look at the very center here, there's these two metal clips, and what you have to do is you'll need to lift up the tab areas. Here, let me pull up a picture for you where I circled it to make it a little easier. And the two corners of the metal tab, you'll want to lift those up so that it'll slide right off. Do so by just coming in here. You can probably do one at a time, but we're going to do two. Slide it right out. I don't have these metal clips on the bottom. I can't remember if I lost the clips or they just didn't come with them. I can't recall. These headlights were brand new in 2012 when I put them on the car. There goes one. I don't have any on the bottom. It's just the plastic serrated edges that are catching on the bottom. And like that, it's off. Now this headlight doesn't really need the gasket as bad as, say, this older one. This older one, if you take a close look at it, this is a 30-year-old gasket. It's compressed, it's getting hard, it doesn't have the same bounce that the current gasket has. And the beautiful thing is the gasket that Phoenix Engineering has supplied has the same exact profile, and even on this, they have the factory gasket has an overlap just like the gasket that we're going to be installing today, and they used a little bit. The factory used a little bit of super glue to attach their two ends, and we're going to do the same. To get to the gasket, we still have to remove the gray clips that are holding the lens to the housing. To do that, I like to use a large flat screwdriver. I just pop the tip in and lean back. I'm not used to showing other people how to do this. Fairly straightforward. I like to go for wherever there's the most amount of opening for the screwdriver tip to fit in. You'll figure this out. Again, you just put the screwdriver tip in the hole, lean it back. Nice thing is these clips, if you're missing some, are still available from Volkswagen. They're about €3 each. Let me know if you're interested in some. I have access to purchase them. There's the lens. This is a beautiful G60 lens. I ran it with, it has a coat of Laminax on it, and it's held up very well. It began to peel off on the corner here, so I took a razor blade to the edge. You might be able to see, but good stuff. That lens will be very good for someone. Let's try not to break it. Okay, lens is in a safe spot. You really don't need to use a screwdriver to get this gasket out of here, and it just lifts out as easy as so. I'm going to use a little bit of super glue. This is my wife's super glue for all her crafting projects. And the seam on the factory one was on the bottom. I'm going to line it up where there's a little tab, a little raised tab. It's just a little thicker plastic there. It really doesn't matter where you do it on the bottom. The factory had it. You can see exactly where the factory had it on theirs. On this one, they had the seam here. On this one, they had the seam in about the same spot. So we'll make certain I get this one the same. Yeah. So on my newer one, I had the seam over here. The older one, I had the seam over here. The factory didn't care. So somewhere's along the bottom. There's a little channel for the gasket to fit in. I'm just gonna run it all the way around. Phoenix Engineering already has the ends sliced so that they'll meet up nicely together at the same angle as the factory gasket. And voila. All I need to do is back out the end a little bit, put some glue on it, and that thing's done. Key is you just need a little dab. You're not trying to glue it into the housing. A little bit will do the job. Oh, I haven't smelled crazy glue in years. I love it. I'm not a glue sniffer. I'm a glue aficionado. Okay. Let's hold it there for a moment. Let's see if I glued my finger to the gasket. No. Yeah, I'm getting pretty good at glue. Okay, so now I'm gonna put on the new lens. Well, the new lens. I'm putting on a set of used VR6 lenses. I'm waiting for the VX tuning lenses to come out. Hopefully any day now, but I can't wait anymore. I've got Wookiees coming up. I want to get my Corrado looking the way it should with VR6 lenses. This is a G60 bezel. This is the VR6 bezel. You can tell by the sides. I've got to put my metal clips back on before I go too much further. I'm running them on the top, I'm not running them on the bottom. The metal clips just slide in. Here, let me show you. So that little tab goes inward, inside. I want to try the skin. Now I'm ready to put the bezel, the lens, and then the bezel on. Yes, I'm not a professional videographer. I'm a Corrado guy, Corrado hack. But I've done that a couple of times. And I'm not afraid to ask questions. If you're not afraid to ask questions, you got the right car. There's a lot of people that know a lot of things about these Corrados. So there you go. I forgot one important step. Forgot all the great clips. take note. We're going to go through this again. Because maybe you'll learn from my mistakes. Got all excited to see the bezel back on. There's a total of 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top, and 2 on one side and 1 on the other side. Total of 9 clips. If your clips don't look as good as mine, put the nicest clips on top. No one else will see the rest. Put the metal clips back on the top. And if you don't have these, don't worry about it. What you can do is, from the factory, there was a piece of double-sided tape on the bezels on the inside here. And then you can use that to attach it onto the lens. I don't have it on mine. I don't think mine ever had it. Maybe they did way back in the day when I laminexed them and I took it off. But I haven't had any problems over 30,000 miles with these lights. I'd never worked on a Corrado before the way I'm putting these things together. If I can do it, it just proves you can do it. There you go. Patience. Take your time. There you go. Have a great night.